everybody? It's Tank Flip. I'm kind of feeling sad. I don't want to do, I don't want to build stuff in Nomad Sculpt, so we're going to go back to an old thing that we used to do in ToonSquid, and we're going to do a rotoscope animation of me walking, I guess. So we're going to name this walking animation. And animation. That's hilarious. There we go. Thank you. Create. Alright, so we're going to create it. I don't remember how to use this app very well. So this is going to be difficult. Because again, it's been a while since I've done this. But let's add to the library. Import for photos. We're just going to choose one of these clips I did at my art studio. I have a little treadmill with no barriers or like no handrails and stuff. Like a little TikTok thing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this little video here. It's just of me walking. I don't know which one it is. Okay, and then we're going to just copy all of this pretty much. We're going to draw over that. And then with that, we're going to have like, pretty much, I call it contoured scribbles. It's pretty much just tracing every single frame. So this has 191 different frames. So we have to make 191 different parts. And we might have to do it in multiple layers because there's pieces that go in front of each other. And what I used to do is I would break it down into like pants, torso, and then body parts, like the head and the arms would all be on one layer. And what we do is we just go frame by frame and we draw over it, and it's called rotoscoping. But we need multiple layers, and I don't remember exactly how to do any of this stuff. So we're just gonna figure it out. I'm off today. Just want to do some stuff. So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't feel very happy. I don't feel very motivated. There's some things that actually really need to be done here at the studio, but I just don't feel like doing. I'm not in a good mood. But again, I don't want to do stuff in Nomad Sculpt today. So we're just gonna try this. So we're gonna add some layers. Another layer. And then we're gonna start here, add a drawing. I think this is how we do it. And then we're just gonna pick a spot and draw what we see here. Well, so I call it contoured scribbles because it's like over the part that I'm drawing on. I just scribble in. Let me change the color so that you guys can see. Let's change the color to something that you guys can see. So I just go over the body part that I want to copy, and I just try to do this. I call it contour scribbles. I keep it in like an angle, and I keep it within the lines of my body. And honestly, we can just cover right over the hand, to be honest, because we're going to do a separate layer for. Oopsie, I don't want to do that. I gotta zoom out some. Redo. Yeah, we're gonna do a separate layer for the arms and the head. Honestly, we can do all this in one swoop, I think. I don't remember why I separate these parts. But we can just do the feet too, I think. We're gonna try to just do the entire body and see. I'll remember later on why I don't do it this way or why I do it this way. But again, so this is how contoured scribbles look. It's at an angle, and then we go to the next frame, and then we just copy more of the same. I probably should have wore like a light color sock so I could see the difference in what I'm doing, like when I'm like what my feet are doing on the treadmill. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. There we go. And then we just, yeah, keep it at an angle. I remember there was something I did for the chest. I think it was like this, like inward like that. So you can see how everything is defined on the chest, I guess. So we're gonna go, so when we get to the chest piece again, since it's like outward this way, we're gonna, I think that's what I used to do, like this, and come in. So we're gonna make the lines go towards the midsection on the chest, and that shows up a little bit more when we get further into our animation, I guess. And that's pretty much it. It's just scribbling for a couple of hours. But if we do this and we turn this layer off, so far we got nothing. It's too fast. First of all, we're gonna drop the frame rate. The frame rate change the timing and animation, but yeah, that's cool. We're gonna drop the frame rate to like really slow. So I've only done 3 so far, but there is a slight transition in the feet. So that's another thing. So it's kind of formless on the first one, that's okay, but we're gonna remember to bring our contoured lines of the body towards the midsection, and when we're done, it's gonna look pretty sick. Already off just the first three scribbles there, we got something because of the transitioning of the feet. And then we just try to remember to stay within the bounds of our character. You could when you do this, you could change the direction of the scribbles on the pants as well if you want to. And honestly, the only thing I really like to do is just move the chest towards the center, like this. And then, yeah. That's the only thing I like to really focus on when I do like movements. And we can just do like, you can honestly do this at the angle of everything, like just go straight down on the legs and then at an angle here on the feet. But I don't like to do that. I like to do like this interesting, I don't know, for me, just putting it all at one angle here, except for on the torso, it just really gives it like a bounce. And I wear these very fun pants because they're like they're really flowy, like the tightness at the ankle and the looseness near the hip. It's like a really flowy outfit. I know I look crazy with my hair all up like that, but when I go to the gym, it's how I wear my hair up, because it's like fun, but it also keeps it out of the way, and so my hair is up like that. But we don't need that part, we can do later. But right now we're just focusing on keep the framing of our walk, I guess. And again, it's just, I call it contoured scribbles. Eventually it'll look like something, and we just gotta keep within the lines of our character. And then again, we just do the midsection. That's why I like wearing V-necks. It makes it easier. We just do the midsection there, and then we can go straight up and down here if you want to, and then follow the shape of our shirt as we go. It's pretty cool, man. I don't know, this stuff just brings me joy, so we're doing this because I don't feel very happy right now. I'm kind of very sad, but you know, sometimes my scribbles and my animations and stuff make me happy. And we're gonna keep it short for like 12 seconds, and we just post it on Instagram. So once we have like the main body done, after we do 191 times, we can add more fun stuff to it, like, you know, like transformation and energy, and make it like a Dragon Ball Z character or whatever. But I really like doing contoured scribbles. You don't have to do it this way, honestly. You can make just like a solid, like perimeter around your guy and just do that the entire time, and it'll come out cool. But there's something about like the scribbles that like give it more life. It's sort of like an episode of Ed, Edd and Eddy, like the way that they animate it. Like there's a constant like jitter to the characters, and it's unique. And it's team because it stands out in my mind, the constant character jitter. When I do the contoured scribbles, it's pretty much the same thing because the scribbles are not exactly the same every time. They're not exactly in the same spot. It's not one constant flow. It gives it that uniqueness, that jitter, as you will, and it just adds to the life of your character. All right, so we can see that there's some movement here. I don't know how this happened. What did I do here? I think it's because we changed the FPS. Let's change it back to 24. That's so interesting. So yeah, when we break down the frame rate, it kind of makes it a little bit different, like it's not in the right spot. But let's see, hold on. I don't know if me changing in the frame rate to 3, does that increase the number of... No, it's still 191. I like how it looks at 3 frames per second, but somehow I just messed up completely. I think it's because I did change it from 24 to 3. But let's see what it is on 24 frames per second. It's relatively in the right spot. See, we got some movement. All right, let's drop it down to 10. Okay, thank you. Let's work at 10 frames per second. I think that's what I used to do before. At 10 frames, you can see the walk, which is so cool, right? Even though we only have 9 frames done, you can see the movement, which is what I wanted, which is the whole point of this. Anyway, let's see what it looks like. It's a little bit off once we slow it down, but that's okay. We're going to work at 10 frames per second for the rest of the time. And then when we go to finish it, we can change it to 24 frames per second, and we'll see what it actually did. I like where it's at, so we're just gonna leave it at 10 frames. I think that's another thing that I used to do. I used to work at 10 frames per second, and then we'll do course correction at the end if anything, because you can move the frame around in the space when you're done if you want to, but I don't think we're gonna need to do that. I think we just need to pick a frame rate and work on it, and then when we're done, we can speed it up or slow it down. But for now, 10 frames per second is where we're gonna work, and this is gonna give us our flow state. I hope it's still recording. Is it still recording? Yeah, it's still recording. All right, yeah, it's still recording. Good. Yeah, so 10 frames per second is gonna give us our flow state, so we can check stuff as we go if we want to. But honestly, you just have to, scribble in lines. I like to use myself as a reference video so people can't say that, like, oh, no, you're stealing people's things. No, I'm the entire content. I'm the entire piece of the content. It's videos of me walking or doing fight moves, and I learned stuff just so I can do this. On the last time I was doing it, I learned how to use a sword properly so that I could swing a sword around and not look like a phony. I learned like some fighting stances and stuff as well. I saw a really cool celebration that a rugby player did, and it's like now it's a part of my life. So shout out to that player. He did this really cool like thing before the game started, and it was just like, I don't know, it was like so cool to me, and that's the original reason I started doing these like rotoscope animations, because I wanted to mimic that, and it just reminded me of like a cool like what do we call it? not like a Power Rangers transformation, but like a, gosh, my friend Calvin's gonna kill me for not remembering what this is called. Common Rider transformation, and that's what it made me want to do. So I made like my own like transformation video with these contoured scribbles. It's somewhere on my Instagram and like YouTube and stuff. But yeah, those videos they get a little bit of views every now and then, and they're pretty cool. And so that is what really inspired me to try this style of animation, because I like trying new things, man. I like trying different art styles and animation styles. But contoured scribbles is my favorite right now. I'm sure if I really wanted to, like, I could just do frame by frame rotoscoping and like, you know, exactly copy myself or freehand draw this stuff. But I like doing this because this is, I don't know, it's pretty simple, but what comes out of it is so unique. I like to, another thing I think I'm remembering as I do this is like every 10 frames I would check and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, okay, that's cool. Every 10 frames. Because it's just a little bit of movement every 10 frames, but still, it like the positioning, the shape of the pants, the style of like the chest and the movement of the arms, all comes to life. Honestly, after like 10 frames, you can really start to see the movement. I mean, you could see it pretty soon, like at 9 frames, I guess. But every 10 frames, it's like, oh man, this is so cool. It's a new level or little measure of progress, and it keeps you going because this is time consuming. Even though it looks like it's really simple, and it's like, oh man, anybody could do this. Yeah, anybody could do this, and that's the whole point. I'm not gatekeeping on how to do it. I'm literally showing you how to do it as I go. But it's a very simple thing, these contoured scribbles, but it just looks so cool when it's done right. And you can add to it, like you can add like cool backgrounds or whatever you want. I just like to do it on a black base, and then like you can copy the layer that you do and resize it and recolor it. It takes a little bit of time, but you make all this into one piece, and then I can just recolor it, color fill it later with something else. You just make a copy and make it a little bit bigger. And all that stuff can be done later, but we're just gonna slowly but surely get our contoured scribbles up to 191, and then I don't know if I'm gonna stay on the whole time. Maybe I should pop another edible and do what we did last time, but it'll go bad if I do. I don't know if anyone's seen that video, but it gets pretty crazy. After like 30 minutes, I forget what I was doing. It's a while. It's on YouTube. I'm not gonna take it down. I'll leave it up. It's like no one's gonna see it anyway, and if they do, hopefully they get a good laugh out of it. But yeah, I popped an edible and I tried to do some art. And for like the first 30 minutes, I was okay. Well, like minute 31, it kicked in, and I was a different person, man. Not too much work got done. All right, so we made 20 frames. We're gonna turn off our original video and just take a little look. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look how cool that is. It's a little slow here because I think I stumbled on the treadmill. It's like, whoa. But still, look at that. Just 20 frames in, and we got actual movement. That's so cool. All right, so we're going to turn the video back on. Another thing, you can mute this son of a gun, huh? I forgot how I mute it. How do I mute you? Because you're a video, bud. There's a way to mute it. I don't remember. Oh no, guys, I don't remember. Oh, there it is, muted. Okay. There we go. Now the sound is gone. It's like I said, I haven't used ToonSquid in a while, but it's such a fun animation app for the iPad, and it works really well. So shout out to the team who made this app. I really like it a lot. It's one of my first loves on this thing. But yeah, so we just you know, try to make the pattern with the legs. That's why I like to do it at an angle like this. It just works for me. And again, we contour the chest. Thank you for me liking to wear V-necks because it makes it so much easier. And it's definitely not like straight down the midline, but it is like whatever side is like more prevalent is what we you know, what we show because of the V-neck, because of that. So it's such a good, like, it helps out a lot with like spacing. Shout out to me for enjoying to wear V-necks in badass ninja pants because they're so expressive. It just looks like what a cartoon character would wear. And again, I mean, anybody can do this. So, I mean, if you have a fun idea, and just try to keep it short because, again, this is very time